the bride. Makes me feel like Steve Martin. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today. Okay, I'll be good, I'll be good. Don't worry, darling, your mom has told me what to do. In fact, she has given me a list of things to say. If I can find it. I know where it is. It's in the car. Oh, no, it's here. Okay. Number one, get haircut. Sorry. Wrong list. Is Mike here? Mike? Eddie Mike? Michael? Do mic check, that's fine. Compliment beauty. Oh yes. Darling, on this special day of yours, your mom looks absolutely wonderful. On this special day of yours, your sister looks absolutely wonderful. But I must confess that you look much more beautiful than the two of them put together. Aishwarya, step aside. Before I carry on any further, I think I ought to thank a few people who have helped here. The only thing is, I don't know who they are because I didn't do anything. All the arrangements were done by Tom and Meera, and they're the ones who know who they are. But I do know one person who came and helped us day in, day out, and that's Meera's Auntie Vanmala. I mean, even yesterday she was there till late night. In fact, she was so committed to helping Meera that she packed her family off to Canada so that she can be here. Thank you. I think, first of all, I must start by welcoming Tom into our family, although I must confess I'm doing it with mixed feelings. Joy and happiness. And also, I want to take this opportunity to welcome Tom's family as well. Mama Curtis, brother Curtis, and soon to be I hope sister-in-law Curtis. And I know that Jeff is also up here in spirit, so Father Curtis too. We'd also like to welcome people who have come from far and wide. People have come from far away in the east, as Ceylon and Australia. Although some people from Australia think UK has only one airport. But we did locate the airport eventually. And it's nice to know that people have come here from Australia, because normally when Australians come to the UK, they only come to get a bit of culture. It's great that they have come here for Tom and Neera's wedding. Thank you. People also have come from the west, far away from the west, North America. It's always good to have the Americans on your side, but beware their friendly fire. Also, welcome to the contingent from Bristol, the cultural capital of England. Although you did knock our local club, Crystal Palace, out of the Premiership, all is forgiven because you decided to stay with us in the lower division. I suppose I need to tell something about Neera now. It may not come as a surprise to you all that I have known her since birth. From the time she was born, underweight, a habit which she carries to this day. In fact, when she was born, we were in Hong Kong, and none of our family or Ranji's family were around us, and they all wanted to know whom she looked like. I don't know what this obsession was about, whom does he look like, the mother or the father. As far as I'm concerned, who cares? But this one person kept asking, whom does she look like? And I said, well, she looks like her mother. And she goes, thank God. I said, it doesn't matter to me what her looks are like. I want to know whose brains has she got. Anyway, she starts going to play school and nursery, and it turns out that she was quite intelligent, and this same person came and said, what you said is quite right. I figured out whose brain she has got. And I said, whose? She says, her mother's. And I said, thank God. And several things have happened over the years which has convinced me that she has got her mother's brains. In fact, the first time we took her home from the hospital, a few days old, the health visitor came to check her out, held her in her arms and said, oh my God. And I didn't know whether it was oh my God as in wow or oh my God as in yuck. She said, oh my God again, and put her down. And I said, what's the matter? She said, in all my years as a health visitor, I have never known a baby so small struggle so much. I can hardly hold her, I had to put her down. I knew right then I was going to have trouble controlling this child. She also had developed her mother's sense of logic. Her mother used to sit her down and say, you've got to eat 5 fruits every day. And then when the mother's back was turned, she picks 5 grapes, eats it, and says, Mom, I've eaten my 5 fruits. And she also had an answer for everything. When at mealtime, the mother was quite strict. She used to say, you should not leave anything on the plate. Do you know how fortunate we are? There are people starving in Ethiopia, babies starving. So you should not throw food, you should not waste food. So one day she looks at her, Mom, she says, what? These people who are starving in Ethiopia, can we send them a food parcel? But most of all, it was in money matters that I found that she takes after her mother even more, because once when she was small, I had put all these 1p and 2p coins in a jar, and I took them and one day I gave it to her and to her sister. So Neera comes back after a while and says, Dad, do you have a £5 note? I said, why? He said, Dad, do you have a £5 note? I said, why? He said, give me a £5 note. By then I had learned not to argue with her, so I took a £5 note and gave it to her. She comes back with the jar and says, here's your £5. Right then I knew not only has she got her mother's brains, but that she was also going to work in the city in finance. She was quite intelligent at school, and as she went through nursery school and primary school and secondary school and uni, realized how intelligent she was, and the more she studied, the more we realized she was getting more and more intelligent. And just when we thought that she couldn't get any more intelligent, she did so well. And then one day she comes home with trauma. That was when we realized she was even more intelligent than She also had learned this habit of wanting to believe what she wants to believe, because some of you all may be wondering, how did she meet Tom and how... Well, when she went to work, this is I've heard a few versions of it, but when she went to work at PwC, she was going through the list, and before that, whenever her mom asked her, what type of boy are you looking for, she would say, oh, somebody like Tom Cruise. I'm told that she went through this list, and I don't know whether there was a typing error or not, and she came. But I know she used to have loads of discussions with her mother about everything, and one of the things the mother and daughter used to talk about was this, and the mother always tried to advise her. But she, having a mother's brains, of course, never really listened to the mother either. So one day they were having these high decibel, low intellect discussions about what type of boy she should marry. And ultimately, in desperation, the mother says, "For God's sake, child, don't make the mistake I made." And Neera says, "But mom, that's the best mistake you ever made in your life." So then the mother gets really angry and she said, "Well, if you're not going to listen to me, I don't care whether you marry a Tom, Dick or Harry." Fortunately for Neera, there were no dicks in her office. Finally, I would like to say one thing, that Ranji and I like to take full credit for Neera's achievements, for having done well at school, at college, at uni, and even at work. Because we made one decision very early on when she was going to play school, and we stuck by that decision throughout. And that was not to try to teach her anything. That's why she has done so well. Actually, we are so very proud that both of our children are so clever. They are much more clever than us. And they are much more better looking as well. That bothers me, but... I mean, they were learning things at age 8 and 10 which we were never taught at uni. And I'm not talking about sex education either. And they were doing things as teenagers which I still don't do. I don't mean drinking alcohol either. But I always tell them that although you are cleverer than us, there's one thing we have you don't have, and that is experience. We have been your age. Chances are we have been where you are. So whatever we tell you will be based on our experience. So based on our experience, I would like to give both Tom and Neera some advice. One is, marriages are made in heaven, but the maintenance of it must be done on earth. The other is, love is not peering into each other's eyeballs. Love is two pairs of eyes looking in the same direction. And also, I think in Jeff's absence, it is my duty to tell Jeff how to be a successful husband. Sorry. A successful husband is one who will earn more money than his wife can spend. And as a father, I should tell Neera how to be a successful wife. A successful wife is one who can find such a husband. So with that, I would like to invite you all to be upstanding to propose a toast. To Tom and Neera, wishing you to be the most successful husband and wife. Thank you.